It's time to extract markup of individual playlist item into a separate component. All list items are contained within playlist grid component. So let's open up markup of this component, and in here I'm basically going to extract markup of the first playlist card and use new component with the name playlist grid item. The process to create new component is pretty much the same. We're always creating new file within components folder for each component and then pasting markup of the component in between template tags in here. And just because every playlist grid item is supposed to show different information of each playlist, we're gonna have to accept prop into this component because we're going to pass information about playlist from outside. So right here I'm declaring one prop called playlist, which is going to be an object with the following fields. The playlist will be represented by the title, description, and list of tags. As you can see, each playlist on the page has common elements such as title and description, and the list of tags at the bottom. So I'm going to pass playlist prop from outside and specify those attributes of the playlist object. And then let's paste proper values into those fields. Then we'll apply interpolation within playlist grid item component to show those attributes. In here we are referencing description field. And up here we're going to reference title field. And then we'll also have list of tags in here. So I'm going to render this list by using v4 directive. We're gonna take these fields from the tags property of the playlist prop, so let's not forget, and pass necessary tags in tags property. And all we have to do in here is to basically interpolate tag variable in this list item like this. Before proceeding further and actually rendering the rest of playlist cards, I will open up browser to make sure that the first list item is shown properly. As you can see, we got new component playlist grid item in component 3, and props also look good. Now I'm going to do pretty much the same thing that I have done to tag list, which is extracting necessary information of each playlist and pasting it into the array, elements of which are going to represent individual list items. And once this array will be fully filled, we can go ahead and remove the rest of list elements and keep only playlist grid item component that we are going to render several times by using v4 directive. We're iterating over playlists array, getting individual playlist item on each loop iteration, and then using playlist title as a value for the key. And we'll also have to pass this playlist item further into playlist grid item component as playlist prop, like so. Alright, cool. Before finishing this lesson, let's take a look at Vue DevTools and verify that there are multiple playlist grid item components, each of which represent individual playlist cards on a page. Everything is looking good, so we can move on to the next lesson, and the link to the source code of this project will be as always in the video description.